Good morning, good morning. We're just live streaming. I have to drive somebody to the airport this morning, a couple of hours from now. And I just thought, you know what? Let's drink some coffee, do some live streaming. It's 4:45 in the morning here. How you guys doing where you're at? We're just trying to get, we're just gonna try and get Lipinky up and running, have ourselves a good time. I got some plans. It's gonna be fun. You like coffee? What are you guys doing today? We're still quiet because it's 4:45 in the morning. My kids are all still sleeping. I should still be sleeping, but my shoulder was bothering me like it does most days. Let's go ahead and take a quick peek. What do we got here? Um, I could sell these. Not quite ready. All right, let's go ahead. Keep going on this. What I'm gonna actually do is I will be selling those pigs, but I'm going to get this field finished, and this will be the end of my mustard. Then once we've got this finished, we'll go ahead and get ourselves we'll go ahead and sell off the pigs, and we'll figure something out as far as a baler or something along those lines so that we can pick all this straw up. Um, Straw's not worth a ton. I don't think there's anything for sale. If there was something for sale, I'd be really excited, but no, there's not. And we're not going to make a fortune off of the straw pickup anyways. So what we will make um, is some around town money is what I like to call it. So how you guys doing? Good to see you. already got the kids' lunches packed. I just put on a sweatshirt just because I wanted to be warm. It makes me look really fat though, because I put it on over top of a flannel. Just gonna whip around here. Um, we should have, you know, a grand total of probably about just over, I mean, we're just past 10,500, and I figured I'd have somewhere between 10 and 12,000 liters. And that looks like it's going to be fairly accurate because we're about to get to 11,000 liters. I've already dumped 8,000 into the silo there for storage. I really, really, really want to get my hands on the mustard production. There's a couple of mods that are map specific to Lipinky that I've never used. I never even realized they were there. And that's because I didn't do my due diligence on this map. So really, it's my fault. Um, but I'm kind of interested in the mustard jars. And there's a couple of other productions. There's a greenhouse that I really want to try out. At least one greenhouse. I think there might even be a second one. And we'll take a look at that as soon as I get done here and I fire up the worker to get them going. And I should have enough straw that I pick up from uh, the 5 fields that I'm doing today that we could really, really have a excuse me. I do apologize. I haven't been sleeping well. Um, I have a bum shoulder, and it's really been bothering me since Friday, even more so because we lost power and I had to, spend a bit of time hand dipping out a sump pump, a crock, until our generator issue was resolved. So, unfortunately for me, that means that my shoulder's been aching. So yeah, we got 11,598 total liters in. I want to get this guy out of the way. We're just going to head over to this field here, jump on it, and yeah, if I could have if I could afford it, I would have been buying another field, but I just simply cannot afford another field right now. But what I can do, and I will do, is I'm going to get out of my tractors. We're going to sell these. We're going to go ahead and sell 5 more of these. Yeah, we're going to sell those, and then I'm going to go ahead and buy 5 more of those. And that leaves me with enough money to run the AI worker, lease a pickup, forage wagon, And while they're doing the oats, I can pick up all the straw. And I'm actually going to keep one load of straw. I think I'm going to dump it into the piggy poos. If I don't know if they have a manure clamp. It'll take me about 2 runs to get the uh, it's about 1.5 um, loads of straw to pay for the lease. So yeah, we're gonna make sure we do that. And I'll keep an eye out for a field to purchase because you never know what's out there. Like this field here, um, like this one here, that's only 14,000. It's a little bit further away, but I mean, granted, I have this field here. So 14,000 is not a bad price. Actually, either of these. 24,000, 14,000. If I can get to 14,000, I might. And it's beans, 62%. Yeah, I might. If I can get to 14,000, I might go ahead and grab that up. Um, but I have to get some of these fields cleared off because I do have plans, lots and lots of plans. So I want to take this straw. I was going to give it to my pigs, but at the same time, I don't have a manure collection point, unfortunately. So I wish I did. Until I do, I'm going to just sell the straw. I'm going to be making a whole lot of money off this field, but what I do need to do is get it um, cleared off so that I can start for the seed drill. Well, I have to get it cultivated. So there's multiple things I need to plant. I don't know if I'll get a lot of oats, you guys. I just need to get, you know, enough to make, if I can get 15,000 liters of oats, that's good money for this size of a map. But I do have plans for the future. Mustard doesn't really give you a whole lot of straw. Oh, I didn't know you were gonna back up, buddy. But I will turn a profit on it. And I still have 5 pigs that I could sell and earn enough money. I don't think it's really gonna matter where I take the straw. All right, let's see if I can't get out of this place. It's that whole Austin Powers thing. Let's see how much I get here. If it's substantially less, then I'll start taking it elsewhere. Mm, yeah, it's like 75 bucks less, but this is so much closer. All right, so the next thing I want to do is I want to get this guy out. And I want to hook up this guy. And then we're going to drive over and get him going on that other field. How you doing this morning? A little bit early for farming simulator. I get it. But feel free to chit chat. I'm happy to talk to you. Not gonna make a fortune off of this field with oats. I am gonna get it prepped for. I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm gonna prep it for. Might get spelt planted. I don't plan on doing lots and lots of oats. Um, Spelt might be an option that I wasn't considering. But I need to get this field cleared off. The sooner I get these fields cleared, the sooner I can get them planted. I have to have them planted next month at the latest, but I'd like to get them planted this month. The reason it's important is because I'd like to get a couple fields planted that are um, poplar. I've never done poplar, and I was told to double up the planting of poplar. And I think over time I can get um, multiple fields of poplar going. I just want to, but I'm gonna have to lease that equipment. So really gonna have to keep an eye on um, a few things when it comes to poplar. Really, the straw is just paying for the it's basically going to pay for nothing except for leasing a planter for the poplar and my AI workers. It's all I really think straw. Like that's the only reason I'm doing straw is because I know that I'll be able to cover my costs of leasing and AI help during harvest. And we are going to, and I'm not going to get rid of the uh, forage wagon this month. I'm actually going to hold on to it because the initial leasing cost is more than the month cost. I'll show you guys here. So if you're new to this and you're ever leasing any sort of piece of equipment, what you need to do is, um, you know, every month or day, you're going to spend that amount. But your initial lease is going to be this amount right here, the 610, which is twice the per work day. You're not going to be able to get away from the work hour if you go over 1 hour of use, but you can save yourself 600 and oh, you can save yourself $305 if you're going to say lease a piece of equipment like this, but you know you're going to need it multiple months. So you might as well, like I'll need it this month and I'll need it probably next month. So if I needed it in 2 months, it wouldn't matter. I'd break even. But because I need it in consecutive months, I'll save $305. So just something to think about. And if you don't actually go over an hour, then you will, um, you also aren't paying that because you have to pay for a minimum of 1 hour of use. So if I stay under 1 hour total use, then uh, I won't pay that fee twice either. So I have the potential for, you know, um, saving an additional $640. So, you could save, and when, you're struggling to make money like what I'm going through now, then it's just smart business acumen to save yourself that $945. You know, don't don't scoff at it. Every dollar counts at this point. So let's go ahead. We're going to keep on with picking up straw. And like I said, I don't have a ton of money, but the straw pickup is going to keep us, we will be, solvent. We'll stay in the black by doing this, and we'll be able to. not have to worry about all the other stuff, such as how we're going to keep pushing all of our workers and stuff to keep going because we'll have the money. Fortunately, well, my one guy's just finished up with working up his field, which is good and bad because I don't have this one cleared. And it is only July, so we have some time to um, we have some time to kill before that field of um, beans is ready to harvest. So there's time to wait and still be able to purchase it before harvest. So yeah, but if you're taking on a map like this, and I started from zero, um, I started from zero, and I went ahead and harvested a teeny tiny field of wheat, sold the wheat immediately. That freed me up to hire workers. That's how, when I do a start from zero type of playthrough, that's how I tend to do it. Because when you're starting off in the month of August, you're not starting off um, well organized. I had equipment that I didn't know if I wanted it, so I had to go through and I just wanted to get started. A lot of times, um, a lot of times as content creators or streamers, we have a tendency to like to hear our own voice. So we dilly dally and we don't get to work. But if you just take that, like on this map, it's just a teeny tiny field. It only had like 1,500 liters on it. If you just take that 5 minutes right at the start of the map, get that harvested and out of the way, and get yourself some money. Then you can fire up a worker if you have another field. Like on this map here, there were um, one, two, three, four fields ready to go for harvest. If you can get that first field harvested, I always pick the smallest field. It's the quickest way to get some cash. So if you can just start that field up and get going. Sorry guys. If you can start that up and get that field going, get it emptied, sell off the crop. Well, then you just hire a worker and it gives you a little bit of time to collect your thoughts. And the one thing I do not like about uh, every map, this is not an individual map maker issue. This is on every map. It starts in August, and that means your canola, if it's planted, you have to get it out that month. If you don't, you your crop will wither, and a lot of times I see people doing videos and they spend so much time talking that they don't get that crop out. It withers, and that's not cool. Um, Come on, we got starving children in Riverbend Springs that need that money or need that grain. So it's all right to talk, but a lot of times I've noticed over the last I don't know, 10, 12 years as uh, streaming has gotten more and more popular, we have a tendency to like the sound of our own voices more. And that's fine. You know, I'm a huge advocate for, making sure that we're our biggest fan. Your number one fan should be you. And you should like the sound of your own voice. Um, if you don't, you shouldn't be doing this. But we also need to sometimes just get to work. And uh, as I've started streaming, I've kind of taken that. I mean, today marks 1 week, so I'm not by any means an experienced streamer. Today marks my 1 week anniversary. I'm going to be that guy. Um, where since I've started streaming, and I'll be honest, I love streaming. I didn't know if I would, but I wanted to give it a good shot because I hate editing videos. I'd much rather talk to you guys live in person and just, you know, talk and chat. It's so much easier as long as I keep, um, you know, as long as I do a good job of keeping my big mouth from swearing, I feel like it's a success. I can't edit that out like I could with content, but I've been doing my best to not talk like I just rolled in off the Navy shipyard, guys. So um, if you hear my foul potty mouth, call me out on it. Almost got this field done, and that's important because I need to get that other guy over here to this field. But as you guys can see, I've already sold enough straw to more than pay for the lease of the pickup wagon and the cost of a sapling planter. So, quite excited about that. I mean, aside from me, who's you guys' favorite content creator? I mean, I don't want to brag, but I have I have a hard time deciding a favorite. But right now, um, in the background, I have Northern Farm Sim going, and a nicer guy um, you could not find on YouTube. Uh, Super helpful, super supportive. He's come into my live streams. We have messaged back and forth on Discord. He takes time to talk to you. You know, doesn't talk down to you. I know that as people grow, their time is valuable, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate the support that I've gotten from everyone. But when another content creator who could be using their time to work on their craft takes that time to, talk to me and help me along on my journey, I can't tell you how uh, how blessed I feel that, the community will come back out and, help you. So, um, really do appreciate everyone's support. Uh, and I currently kind of binge watching a lot of Northern Farm Sim. Um, and I think as a whole, the farming simulator community is so kind and helpful. Uh, Everyone wants to see everyone to succeed. You might not be able to sit there and watch, but I tell you, um, Northern Farm Sim has taken a ton of time to just tell me a few tips and tricks. Like I've messaged him on Discord, uh, and he'll take the time to talk to you, and I appreciate that because I know he's busy. I mean, he's got kids. He's like me. I've got four kids. I think he's got two, maybe three boys. They do motocross and things like that, and you know, him to be able to, you know, be willing to take time out of his busy day to, help me out and talk to me about stuff. I mean, I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. So, um, but the community, the entire community is so considerate, and I really do appreciate it. I'm just trying to keep a close tab on my time. Um, I'll have to eventually start getting kids up for school. I've got to leave my house at roughly 6:40 um, to go pick up my brother-in-law, take him to uh, the airport. I appreciate him thinking of me. He could have his company uh, will pay for him to get an Uber, and he thought of me instead, and his company will pay me. So, you know, I appreciate that. I drove him to the airport yesterday, uh, really early in the morning. I was up at 2:40 in the morning, or yeah, about 2:40, and I was driving him to the airport at, like I said, 2:40 in the morning. That's an early start. But we got him to the airport, and then his flight got canceled. He called me when I was about 25 miles away, and he's like, "Hey, you want to come back and get me?" The um, flight got canceled. So yeah, I did. I went back. I got him. He went home. He worked a whole day. Got a new flight for this morning, but its departure's a little bit later. And you know, basically, I make a couple days' wages uh, driving him to the airport. It's not huge money, obviously, but I appreciate it all the same because getting back and forth for him, he doesn't have to leave a vehicle at the airport. He actually has to drive back from, it's like an 11-hour drive that he's got to make with a service van that he's going and picking up. So, you know, I wonder if I can sell at this. I think I can sell here. I'm gonna try at least. But yeah, he's flying out this morning. He's got to go to Philly. Lucky him. Um, it's quite a place. And I don't envy him. The things he's gonna have to do this week, you know, until he can get that. get himself back home with that service, man. He's got to go and do a bunch of on-site uh, customer work that wasn't getting done. It's partly why he's got to go. He's the fixer. He's got to fix a few issues with some clients that their pressure chambers that they have need some maintenance. I am looking around this area. I like this. This is, I think, large farm over here, which it doesn't really look like a large farm, but it is. Gonna have to make another cup of coffee here soon. Trying to get my brain's waking up, but it's not waking up fast enough for my liking. And my, uh, his wife is actually gonna pick up my older kids and drop them off to school for me, which she this way, she would have been the one to drive him to uh, uh, the airport, but she has gone back to school, and this way she doesn't have to uh, miss any of her time on her internship or she also does substitute teaching, so she's not missing out on a day's wage or any of her education stuff, which that's important. She wants to go back to school and become a school social worker, and I applaud her for that. Um, so yeah, I'm happy to help out, and even if if he just needed a ride, I'd do it. It's just bonus that his company's like, hey, we'll pay you. They're gonna pay someone anyways, right? Wonder if I get more than 955 out of this. It gives me a better idea of which. Oh yeah, that was $56 more than the other one. Um, oh, exciting thing for me yesterday, I passed 100 subscribers, and it's only taken me a year and 6 months to do it. That's all. Just a year of my life, 200 plus videos, and I start live streaming, and the live streams is where I'm growing and why I'm growing. So that's cool. I am going to run over here, empty this out. I don't know if I'll be able to get this done with one more trailer or not. I would love 5 more trailers full of oats, to be honest with you. All right, now we're gonna get this guy running back and forth. We'll get this field cleaned out. I've got that other field cleared out. Um, I don't have to jump on that field over there right away. So I'll probably get this one cleared out. That one's cleared out. What I can do is just get this one finished off, and that will allow me to continue to plow or I guess cultivate. And this guy here can start planting saplings. So I haven't really figured out exactly how many fields of saplings I want. I actually thought about doing three, but that might be a bit much. I've never done them before, so I'm really not sure what I want to do and how much I want to do. I just want to make good money doing whatever I decide. Ugh, that's a sharp turn. That's another. I'm gonna try and get all of this. And the goal is to try and not have this too long. I don't want to pass that 1 hour. Um, I don't want to have to pay an extra $640 for this thing. I will. It's not the end of the world if I do. Um, but yeah, okay, we got that. Sorry, I don't know. I gotta, I gotta see how my camera's doing here. Let's go ahead. What do you mean you? Oh, I know what he means. Let's go dump this. So I should have 16,000 liters. If I can hit 20 to 25,000, that'd be awesome. And I'm about to 16, I think. Yeah, I wind up probably right around 15,000 liters. While I drive up here, I want to take a quick look at free thing. Um, Curious as to how the sapling thing works. So it says it holds a lot of them. But I have no idea how it works. How much does it cost? 34.42. Interesting. I really should oh no, no, no. I really should change how I look at my screens here. I've noticed a lot of added strain on my neck. Um, that's not really good. Really need to change it so that I'm not, if I'm sitting forward, I'm turning my neck more. So even if I just sit back in my chair, it's not so, I'm not torquing my neck quite so far to the side. I mean, I could flip flop the keyboard and or the laptop and the monitor, and I might do that. Um, and get myself a keyboard that just sits in front of the monitor. That might be the way to do it. And then I can just not torque my neck. All right, well, there we go. We got that field done. What I'm going to do is go sell this off. And I'm going to go ahead and park this thing. Probably not going to go get the planter just yet. I already have saplings. There's some saplings. I don't have enough. But I want to get this guy emptied out. Yeah, I don't think it's worth the additional $2,000 to use the Sutek. I mean, you gotta tell me what the difference is, my guy. Yeah. Okay, I'll lease it today. I still have $6,800 left. But I've got this entire field over here, which I'm gonna go ahead and set this guy right here. He is ready to go from that spot. And I've got over 20,000 liters of oats, so I'm really excited about that too. And I am just gonna go ahead and dump this so I can get this guy out of the way. Actually, what I want to do is get this guy out of the way and go fertilize my fields. Eventually, I need to go and purchase loader arms and everything necessary to pick up all that fertilizer on the ground there because I was a big dum dum. So next thing I need to do is go ahead and get this guy loaded. harvester is done, so I'll go ahead and bring him over. Really want to get this guy here. Alright, we're gonna drop fertilizer on this field and that field. Get this all done up first time. And we'll get this side done as well. I don't know if I have enough fertilizer or if this holds enough to do that other field over there. So I'll probably go and refill it after I do that teeny tiny field. This thing only holds 300 liters, which is really, really tiny amount. Almost got this field with its first fertilizer application. Now we'll go and get the other small field there. Hey there, how you doing today? Welcome to La Pinky. Um, we are just getting our fields kind of harvested and doing some prep work to plant. I've got I'm gonna put down saplings in at least two of the small fields. I'm kind of interested about the saplings. Been wanting to try it. Um, no, I want that one. Yeah, just like that. So how you doing this morning? I know it's a little early for a farming live stream, but couldn't sleep anymore. Oh, hello, Feldman. That's so exciting to see you. Um, how you been? I have to say I love your intro on your videos with the I think what is it, a little sheep that baas at you. It's one of my favorite intros. Yeah, you'll never. a true farmer would be like farming never stops. I haven't looked recently. How many subs are you up to now? Well, I'm glad you did. I always like to chit chat with people. I just started doing the live stream. Uh, Actually, today is 1 week, and I have actually discovered I love to live stream. I love it so much more than doing, uh, you know, recording videos and editing. I'm kind of lazy. And that's all right. I mean, I understand life sometimes takes over. I got 4 kids. I rarely have um, a lot of free time. I shouldn't say that. I feel like I've been playing this a lot in the last few weeks. I know my wife would tell you that I've been playing it too much. It's hard. I've got videos from January that I haven't um, touched. Kids in sports and things like that. Just, you know, it makes it hard to capture, 3 hours of content to make a 30-minute video that I have to sit through 3 hours of content twice to edit. I mean, that's a lot of time. I have a hard time justifying it. By no means, don't let me talk your ear off. I know getting your rest is going to be important. Uh, so I will talk your ear off. Don't get me wrong. Absolutely, I'm a complete chatterbox, but Yeah. If you let me, I will. I really like this Lipinky map. I like the Lipinky and the Zelanka. I hope I pronounced that right. Spicolo. I know I didn't pronounce that right. Palanki. I tried the new one that came out yesterday, and I like the design of the map. Uh, I was not enamored with the um, starting equipment. I thought it was really sporadic. It didn't make sense to me. Oops, sorry, buddy. Didn't mean to. Well, I did mean to pull out in front of you. Can't say that. I saw him coming and I did it anyways. Yeah, I have to drive my brother-in-law to the airport this morning, so I woke up a little early and I was like, well, I have 2 hours before I have to leave. I guess time to make some coffee, time to maybe do a live stream. I'm actually going to attempt to put away my harvester for the first time. This is my second harvest, so this is year two. Uh, I am, I have to say, I kind of, this map is so perfect for a vanilla style series. Yeah. As far as like maps that are designed for, um, like I said, a vanilla series, I think this one is really, really, when I saw this map, I was like, this is a good one to run for vanilla, without a bunch of mods. I know. Um, and the thing oh, I guess I can't back in here. Well, that's sad. I really need to put in a barn or a shed. Maybe I can back into this guy. These doors seem a little bit taller. They are taller, but I can't fit. Yeah, those maps they're all so great. I love how all the fields are. Um, they're not. It's not so much a problem if you wanted to combine them, you could, and have bigger fields. But I kind of like the small field. Um, the straight edges with my OCD, it it's definitely something I like. Can't get enough of the straight edges. The only time I get frustrated with a a map is if there's hedges and fences, because I'm a terrible driver. So when I see a hedge or a fence, I get irrationally upset because I just can't handle it. So that's why I like the Polish maps, no hedges. But all the UK maps though, they have the hedges. I'm always so upset because I'm like, "Ugh, this map is beautiful. I want to play it." And then there's a hedge and I'm like, "Oh, I can't drive on this." Going over here. Really interested in Fields of Tyrone. I really want to try out that map. I'm gonna do a Dungeons and Dragons. Um, I know not everybody knows what Dungeons and Dragons is, but a D&D style uh, map on a weekly basis where I have different scenarios and I just roll the dice. Whatever happens to come up according to that number that I roll, that's what we're doing. So I'm gonna have the map selected. Um, I'll have some I'll have some magic going on. So there might be an instance where, say, um, I increase game speed as a something that I've done as part of the role. Yeah, I'm gonna destroy the name, but I think it's Piscinair Valley. Um, they've got that removable hedge or fences, and I like that. I didn't know that they did it with the hedges though too. I only knew that there was the removable fence. I do like watching the um a lot of the UK maps that have role play on it because there's so much stuff. I didn't there's councils and things like that. I didn't know that was a thing. It's so much fun. You know, um, I one of my things that I was going to put in there for my mystery magic was going to be like I was going to cap out my horsepower. Um, but I think the biggest challenge is going to be the crop types, where you get like carrots or something like that, and you have a one row harvester, and yeah, that's going to be a nightmare. But I'm actually really excited about this. I've spent quite a bit of time trying to develop it. Yeah, it is, and you're right. It is black sheep. I think they actually made Creationeer Valley. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. I'd set an alarm to make sure I woke my butt up this morning. I got up, but I'm not feeling all that awake yet. I'm gonna have to get that second cup of coffee. Yeah, I lack that thing they call patience, so I really struggle with like small equipment. Well, I guess I do have the money. I can go get another bag of fertilizer. That is another nice thing about it. Almost every single European map that I've seen out there between the British maps and um, uh, the Polish maps or the field sizes are reasonable, but what's not reasonable are the South American maps. You cannot convince me that those maps have small fields. They don't. You couldn't do like one row. Uh, at least you couldn't do it with seasons. You'd have to have like 4 months available in order to harvest it. I wish that there was more. Um, I wish that there was a better selection of 3-point equipment. Um, you know, you have your plows and your cultivators, and that's fine. But I want, you know, I want a 5 meter, um, uh, I want to get a 5 meter seeder that runs 3-point because I love using 3-point hitch. It's my ideal setup would be everything 3-point. I mean, 3-point hitch or 3-point hookup also has its um, has a few things about it that I don't like. I mean, if it's an implement that's too long and behind it, you the whole fact that you went with 3-point was easier to maneuver, you lose that because you can no longer maneuver because you're running into trees or fences, and that can be a nightmare. But um, or not so much a nightmare, but it just be frustrating. Really do like this Lipinky map though, because it offers stuff that I don't see on other maps. Like, um, it's got the jars of mustard production and uh, the blueberry um, greenhouse, which I think is actually really cool. I wish there was more of that. I'm actually hoping to be able to save up for the mustard production within the next like 18 months, so I'm not selling off my mustard that I've harvested, even though I could make good money. But what's the point in selling it off if I need it? Um, I think there's a sulky 3 point. Uh, that one I think might be 4 or 5 meters. It says that it's supposed to be direct drill too, but I haven't been able to get that feature to work, so I don't know if it really is a direct drill. I really don't like to use the case or the John Deere direct drill. I think it does like a 5.2 meter. It runs off the 1 point hitch, the tow bar, and I kind of feel like it's too cheaty, I guess. Um, you can and it drives like 10 or 11 miles an hour or kilometers. I'm thinking that would probably be what about 17, 18 kilometers an hour. This seems a little too generous. Ooh, get that field worked up. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab. Right? It's like it's like I feel the same way. Um, it's not just that mod though either. I mean, when you start getting like the lizard colossus or the lizard TARDIS mods where you can have such unrealistic features to them, I get frustrated too. Um, the only one that has like an uh, unrealistic feature to it that I'm actually okay with and I look forward to is I like um, the modded. I think it's I might struggle with how to pronounce it, but the Salic fertilizer spreader that is modded to do lime, but it holds 13,000 liters. Only like it, I'll only use it for lime though, because you burn through so much lime, 300 liters or whatever that come in the uh, base game for the fertilizer. I was just using it. I mean, you burn through that in like you'd burn through 300 liters in um, probably 25 meters. It only does it. It only does an 8 meter spread width. So I mean, I feel like that's kind of the trade-off. You're not going to be able to go super wide, but I just wish it was more than 2,000. It costs more than 2,000. So I was convinced to try poplar. I No bacon for you told me about it. He said to double it up. So I'm gonna hopefully see how a half a meter width does. See if I can make money doing this. Actually I've played Farming Simulator probably for 3 years now. I've never done sugarcane. Sugarcane regens or it's regenerative. Like if they didn't have the hand pushable mods, I would never do root crops. I'm curious how this turns out. I hired a worker to do this for me. Something I lack patience on is trying to sit there and fiddle with something this intricate. Oh, I forgot. I usually have to get up in the morning. I usually have to set like 19 alarms. Oh, while he's doing this, I guess I can unhook this. I could start getting that other fields, start picking up that straw swaths. So what about with crop damage though? Do you have to replant it if you accidentally like if say like weather damaged it or if you drove over it on accident? I'm asking for a friend because well I have a bad tendency of driving on my crops. Right now I have uh, crop damage turned off because I had to go and spray. So the starter or the seeder that I started with, I went back and I took it to the shop and I because it comes with a weeder option, so I went and paid for the weeder and it didn't actually weed when I planted, so I was like really frustrated about it and I'm like I already paid for it. So I had to go and pay for leasing a sprayer and had to pay for herbicide. So I was like, okay, I'm turning off crop damage for this one season because I didn't feel like it was fair. Yeah, I'd have to. I'm gonna have to really kind of keep an eye on it then, and just see what happens. Um, I'm gonna turn the weather damage back on. It's like I said, I was so angry um about it. Actually, I don't think I turned weather. I might have turned weather damage off. Typically, I play with everything turned on, even periodic plowing, but I didn't turn periodic plowing on this time. It is morning, bud. You have to get around for school. Oh yeah, you're gonna go back to bed. You're still going to school. You're not gonna miss the bus. My 9-year-old thinks he has a choice on whether he goes to school. He doesn't. He will be going to school. It it took me about 2 months to make the jump over to 25 because I was like, I want to see it with mods. And I figured that why jump right in? It was going to be cheaper in 2 or 3 months and I'd have mod options. But 22 still has stuff that 25 doesn't, like there's the there's two maps that I really wish there's three maps actually I really wish were on 25 that they're not. Uh, I really enjoyed No Man's Land, and he's already come out and said that he won't be converting No Man's Land. And I know that there is a another person that went and converted it on a it's you can get it on a third party site, but I did not enjoy it. So I think I deleted it. It felt very buggy to me. Like none of the trees met the ground. That was my that was my big problem with it. But I don't think there's a Western Wilds, and I really like that map. Um, it was a great map on 22. The other one is, I think, Hinterland. Hinterland. I doubt I'm pronouncing that correctly. But again, that was one of my favorite maps on 22. And I miss all three of those for different reasons, but Hinterland was probably my absolute favorite map on 22. It's definitely the one I miss the most. I don't usually, I mean, if I'm going to play a pre-developed map, it's probably going to be one of um the Polish maps on 25. They're just so well done. Um, but for the most part, I like to get on sandbox style and just create everything right from the start. But I liked Hinterland so much because um, it allowed me to be able to play like multiplayer with my kids. Um, and that was nice because like my 9 year old, he would struggle with the um with creating his own farm. So it had a couple of, starter fields on it that he could use, and we could still play together. So the one thing I wish, I don't know, I never played the map, or I never played uh, FS19. I really wish I would because it looked like the No Man's Land map on 19 was um, the base farm. It looked like it came with like a wood chip uh, production, and I wish that wood chip production were an option on 25. I only saw it because I was watching Daggerwin about a month ago, and I came across one of his FS19 videos, and I was really intrigued by that um, shed pack that had the. I almost bought the game just so I could do that. Yeah, I'll definitely have to take a look. So you said Sunshine? There's a couple of um, good maps uh, that I do enjoy, like New Hope, and that's a good map. Um, Alone in the World, FS 2K25, another really good map. Definitely plenty of good maps out there. I think it was. Like I said, I never actually played it, so I don't know all the specifics, but yeah, I'm tempted to buy it and try it just to just to check it out. I know there was a creator out there. I don't know if you know who, if you've ever watched Farming Sim SWU, Socks Way Up. Uh, he just recently went out and bought it because he was told the graphic, he'd seen some stuff and he's like, the graphics really intrigued him. He wanted to see how similar they were to 25. I think 25 trumps it a little bit, but it's not a huge um, improvement as far as the graphics are concerned when it comes to like how your fields look and things like that. I think it's just the equipment is much more advanced now. I think I have time to load this up once more. And sell it off. Then I'm gonna probably have to wrap this up and get around for the day and go pick up my brother-in-law. I never did check to see how much I got for oats. Yeah, I think it's the gameplay experience that they targeted with 25. Um, I mean, the visuals were always pretty solid, but yeah, the tire tracks and stuff like that no longer disappear, which is cool. I do like that. It adds that realism factor that it was missing. When you're doing poplar, it doesn't seem like it's really burning through a lot of the saplings very quickly. I mean, I know that's not a big field over there, but it's definitely going to it's definitely going to be something I'm excited about because it's got um, it's probably going to take another one. I don't know how many fields I'm going to put in. I kind of wanted to have three poplar fields, but I don't know. It takes so long to plant. I see. Last time I did so well backing in. This time I missed. Had to pull forward again. It's like real life. All right. Well, I think I gotta have to wrap this up. Unfortunately, I wish I could just sit here and chat chat all day and play all day, but I've got a few things I got to do this morning. I am going to be doing a live stream this evening. I have a uh, competitive multiplayer I do um, on Tuesday nights, and I'm going to try and stream it as long as we can get this thing to load this week. It's 3 straight weeks we've had issues with it. I have a dedicated server, so I'm really kind of annoyed with the fact that the dedicated server's been faulty for me. So, but I do appreciate you coming in, saying hi, and hanging out with me. Yeah, I hope to see you again soon. Um, I try to do one stream a day. I'm using it to try and build my channel. I just finally hit 100 subscribers yesterday after 18 months it took me, um, which is wild. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate you stopping by and saying hello and getting the chat in. It was a great talk. I learned a few things, and I've got a few maps to check out. So if you see me on, by all means, stop in, say hello. Love talking to you. Yeah, you get some. You probably do need to get some rest. It's pretty important stuff. Thanks. Well, we'll see you later, and don't don't be shy. Always good to have a good chat. Let me see. I gotta do that. Want to see really quick how many oats I got. 22,500. Awesome. That's a good harvest. All right. Get this saved, and we'll quit it. All right, well you take it easy and we'll see you next time. I gotta get around for the rest of my morning though. It's always disappointing, but